This is Edexcel. I'll go to the top and show you what it is. It's Edexcel and it's 2022 and it's paper 1H and it's the GCSE. Okay, and I'm going to start at question 20 because I made a mistake on that in the previous video. So I'll start with that one again. So the first video does questions 1 to 20. Sorry, start at question 21 and do this one correct. Okay, ABCDE is a cross-section of a prism where ABDE is a square and BCD is an equilateral triangle. E to F is two lots of A to E, and M, where's M there, is the midpoint of GF, so that JM is vertical. M to A to J is Y. Tan Y, that means opposite Y. Let's get some, we'll do something with this. M to A to J is Y, and JM is, where does it say JM's vertical? Okay, so that means that JM, there's a right angle triangle there. Tan Y, and Y is here. So tan Y degrees is T, and this is the length of the JM divided by the length of AM, because it's opposite of Y divided by adjacent to Y. Okay, and find the value of T, giving your answer in this form. So we need JM and we need AM, and then put it into here actually and arrive at this. Okay, so if we call this length there S for side, then this one is 2S, and we know that because it says E to F is 2 times A to E. Well, this is the length of a square, side of a square, and that's twice of it. Okay, so we need JM and we need AM. So JM, that is going to be, now this is an equilateral triangle, so this is 60 degrees. This is S, because it's a prism, so these sides, all these are S's here, and they're followed through over there. And actually, because this is an equilateral triangle, these sides are also S's. Okay, so JM is equal to S sine 60 degrees, which is this length here. I'll do this in another colour. Okay, because that's going to be S, this is a right angle triangle. S sine 60 degrees is there, plus S, let's do that in black, let's make it plus S. 60 degrees, I put plus 8 then for some reason. Let's get that right, so don't go. Plus S. Okay, right, so this is S. Sine 60 is root 3 over 2. That's one of the ones that you need to remember. And so it's factorised with the S, so it's times plus 1. Then A to M here is this one here. This is a right angle triangle. And then AM squared, the length of AM squared is S over 2 squared plus 2S squared. And that's because, look, this AM here, that distance there is the hypotenuse of this right angle triangle. So AM squared, and this length here is S over 2, because it's halfway, and this length here is 2S. So AM squared is S over 2 squared plus 2S squared. So that's going to be S squared can come outside the bracket now. And so the S squared comes outside the bracket, and we've got 1 over 2 all squared, so that's a quarter. And this is going to be 4S squared, with the S squared outside. That's going to be 4. So this is S squared times 4 and a quarter, which is S squared times 17 over 4. So AM, which is what we want, is going to be the square root of s squared times 17 over 4. So that's going to be s over 2 root 17. Okay, the s comes out there, the square root of 4 comes out there, s over 2 and root 17 in there. So t is jm, which is s root 3 over 2 plus 1, divided by am, which is s times a half root 17. The s's cancel, and then what I did wrong in my other video at the end of the other one, on this, in this denominator here, this is root 17 over 2. If we divide by a fraction, multiply by its reciprocal, so it's root 3 over 2 plus 1 times 2 over root 17. Okay, so we've got, it's going to be root 3 over 2 times 2 over root 17 plus 1 times 2 over root 17. So this is, they cancel. So we've now got, it's over root 17. We've got root 3 for the first one, plus 2. Root 3 over root 17 there, plus 2 over root 17 there. Okay, I'm going to rationalise the denominator, because we want 17, a whole number, in the denominator. So we'll do root 3 times root 17 plus 2 root 17 over root 17 times root 17. So basically you multiply top and bottom by root 17. This is going to be root 51 plus root, now the 2 to the left of the square root sign is a 4 underneath it, and 4 times 17 is 68 over 17. So there we are, P is 51, Q is 68, or vice versa. Right, number 22. O to A is 8A. O to B is 6B. M is the midpoint on OB, such that O to M is 1 to M to B is 1 to 2. So that's going to be 2B to 4B. Because then the ratio, that one is twice as long as that one, and we want the MB to be twice as long as the OM. Okay, so I'm going to rub that one out now. N is the midpoint of AB. That is a half of A to B. That is actually a half of OB minus OA. Don't know if that's A level or not. I'll just leave that there. I might bring it back if I need it soon. P is the intersection of O to N and A to M. Okay, using a vector method, find O to P. So that's what we need there. We need this here in terms of A and B. Show you're working clearly. Okay. So the way to do this, right. O to P, it's O to A plus a multiple of A to M, where, so O to P, we can go to A first of all, and then we can have, think of a letter, I'll use X, lots of A to M, okay. O to P is also a multiple of O to N, okay. Now the multiple, so O to P this way it's not the full O to n, so y naught is less than y is less than 1. And the same for x, because it's not the full a to m, it's a fraction of it. So we'll say naught is less than x is less than 1. Okay. Right, so let's start with the first one. Well, let's find a to m first of all. A to m, to go from a to m, but to do it in terms of a and b, it's minus 8a plus 2b. Okay, so to get from a to m, we do minus 8a plus 2b. Okay, that's a to m. So for this one, we'll substitute that one in there. So using that one in there, O to P is 8a, which is, that's O to A, is 8a plus x times this here, plus x lots, and I'll put the 2b first, minus 8a. Okay. O to n, what do we know about O to n? It's the point of intersection, n, sorry, is the midpoint of AB. Okay, so the midpoint of AB, we'll go half the way to A, and we do half the way to B. Okay, so it's a half of 8A plus a half of 6B. O to n is I'll write this under here, so it's 4a, because it's the midpoint of a to b. We do half of what we need to do to get to a, and add on to it half of what we need to do to get onto b, which is 3b. So it's plus 3b there. So for this is going to give us that O to P is also y lots of 4a plus 3b. Okay, so O to P, it's got to be the same both times. So we can say whichever way we go, it's got to be the same. So 8a plus x times 2b minus 8a equals y times 4a plus 3b. We're going to get simultaneous equations to solve for a and b here. So if we look at the a's first of all, we've got 8 minus 8x on the left, which is that one, and then that one. But it's minus 8a, but multiplied by x there. So all the a's. And this is going to be 4y on the left, which is that one there. So they're all the a's. And then if we look at the b's, let's have another colour. We've got 2bx there, so we want 2x, we're just looking at the coefficients, so it's 2x there, and over here 3b, y there, so that is equals to 3y. Okay, divide this through by 4, and divide through by 4. 2 minus 2x equals y, and here plus 2x is 3y. Call that equation 1, equation 2. We do equation 1 plus equation 2, and the reason I've chose that is because the y's are going to cancel here. So we have 2 is equals to 4y, okay, because they cancel, so 2 on the left, 4 right on the right, so therefore y is a half. Okay, and if we can substitute into 1, we get 2 minus 2x is a half, so therefore 2x, add 2x to that side, subtract a half there, 2x is 1.5, so therefore x is 0.75 3/4. So either of these will work. We can go here, we can substitute for x in there, or we can substitute for y in there. So if we call this star, call this one double star, x equals 3/4 in star, that's going to give us O to P is 8a plus 3/4 2b minus 8a, which is 8a plus 6 over 4b minus 24 over 4a, and that's equals to 6, that's equals to 1.5, so it's 2a plus 1.5b, and then also we can check y equals a half in double star, gives, here look, OP is a half of 4a plus 3b, so it's 2a plus 1.5b, and that was a check and they're both the same, so that is actually our answer. Number 23, 24, 2 questions to go. The diagram shows a sketch of the curve, whoops, what's happened there, with equation. Let's just put a lock on that. Y equals f of x. There's a maximum point on the curve there. The coordinates are 5, 7. Write down the coordinates of the maximum point on the curve with equation y equals f of x plus 9. So what happens there? Okay, if we're gonna, if it's plus 9 inside the brackets there, you take 9 off the x coordinate to find the x coordinate of the maximum. So the maximum for that one, so plus 9 there means we do 5 minus 9 and 7, so it's minus 4, 7. Okay, so if you think minus 4, 7, be over there somewhere. Okay, so because if x is minus 4, you see you've got to do the x plus 9, so minus 4 plus 9 is 5. Okay, so the so at minus 4, because we've got to add 9 to it, what's going on at plus 5 happens at x is minus 4. That's the maximum there. Minus 4, 7. So if there was a minus inside there, you'd put an add there. Now when it's outside the brackets here, it's the y coordinate that changes, and the maximum is, the x stays at 5. And this is because you work out the original f of x and then you add 3 to all of them. So you work out that and then you add 3 to all of them, so it's the y that lifts. So it's 7, and it's the same sign there. 7 plus 3, that's going to be 5, 10. Okay, so inside the brackets, change the sign and take it off the x coordinate. Outside the brackets, keep the sign the same and add it, or subtract it as a takeaway to the y coordinate. Right, number 24. The curve C has the equation y equals ax cubed plus bx squared minus 12x plus 6. A and b are constants. A with coordinates 2 minus 6 lies on C, and the gradient of the curve at A is 16. Okay, find the y coordinate on the point of the curve where x is 3. Shall algebraic working. Okay, so we've got 2 unknown letters there, A and B, and we can use these 2 bits of information to work them out. Okay, so if we substitute x is 2, y minus 6, that's going to give us minus 6 is a times 2 cubed plus b times 2 squared minus 12 times 2 plus 6. So So therefore 8a plus 4b, and this is minus 24 plus 6, it's minus 18, it's minus 6, divide through by 2, 4a plus 2b minus 9 is minus 3. Oh, we can change that again. 4a plus 2b is 6. And we can divide through again. 2a plus b is 3. Okay, right, gradient now. Remember the gradient function, we've got to differentiate. Gradient, so it's dy by dx, evaluated at a. We know a is actually 2 minus 6 is equals to 16. So dy by dx is equals to 3ax squared plus 2bx minus 12. So the 3 comes down, multiplies what's there already, 3ax, and the power drops by 1 to a 2. This one, the 2 comes down, 2bx, power drops by 1 to 1. The minus 12x, it's like minus 12x to the 1. So it's minus 1 times 12, x to the 0, which is minus 12, and 6 vanishes. Okay, so when x is 2, is equals to 3a times 2 squared plus 2b times 2 minus 12, and that's equals to 16. So 12a, this first one, plus 4b equals 28. 3 4s are 12 with the a there, 2 2s are 4 with the b there, and the 12 combines with the 16 to make 28. Then we can divide by 4. I've got 3a plus b is 7. So simultaneous equations, a bit more space maybe, call that equation 1, that equation 2. So I'm going to do 2 take away 1, because that's going to get rid of the b's. So we'll get 3a take away 2a, 3a take away 2a is a, b take away b is nothing, 7 take away 3 is 4. Okay, and then sub 4a in 1. And we get 14 plus b is 3, so therefore b is minus 11. Just going to go on to this next page here. So we've got ax cubed, so we've got 7x cubed, and then plus bx squared minus 11, pen's running out, x squared minus 12x plus 6. And we want that when, it says find the y coordinate when x is 3. When x equals 3, y equals 7 times 3 cubed minus 11 times 3 squared minus 12 times 3 is 6. Right, so this is 7 times 27, 49, 189, minus 11 times 9, minus 36 plus 6. So 189 minus 99 is 90, plus 6, 96, take away 36. Oh, I don't know, 96 equals 60. Y is equals to 60. Okay, that's the end of that paper.